Hello, everyone, and welcome to our next interview. I'm really excited today to get an opportunity to introduce our guest to you for a couple of different reasons. We really have an amazing person, Juan from Mundo Vegano, who's going to be not only talking about what Juan has been doing in his world, how he's been expanding his reach, and also what's really happening kind of in the vegan world, especially from a Latin America standpoint. I think often when we're doing our interviews and a lot of where we focus is kind of US centric. So I'm really excited today to have a little bit broader perspective on not only the vegan business landscape in this current environment, but also how individuals like Juan are really changing the world, really helping people make these transitions, supporting people through their kind of quest to eat better, eat healthier, and ultimately become vegan. So I'm excited to have our guest here, Juan. Welcome today.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you for this invitation. I'm really glad to be here with you.
Oh, perfect. So before we get started and dive into all the details, let's just do some basic kind of grounding. I always love to tell people about our guests because all of our guests are vegan. So just give a little background. How long have you been vegan? And also, how long have you had your business?
Okay, thank you, Stephanie. Well, I've been vegan, 100% vegan for a year and a half now.
Perfect.
Before that, I was a vegetarian for 10 years. And before that, I was a heavy meat eater. I mean, I would have thought to become vegan someday. Now, look at me. I want to share this with everybody. So it's been a beautiful process that I want to share, I know what it means to make a change. I mean, I don't know what it means to say, it's not for me. Vegan is boring. I want to eat tasty. I want to eat good. I want to be healthy. It's lack of information. I feel lack of awareness, and I want to help people. That's like the main reason why I created this company where I'm here right now. So, and about my company, I started Un Mundo Vegano, which is your Spanish really good. I congratulate you for that. It's One Vegan World. It's in Spanish. It's focused on helping people try veganism, try a vegan way of eating or plant-based way of eating to make it easy for them. As I told you myself, I would have never, when I first started as a vegetarian, I didn't know where to go, what to do, what to eat, what do I needed. So now I want to help people in that process. So I have this company. I've had this company for the past 4 months now. I started this year, and yeah, there are many things that are happening. I'm really glad, and I think we'll talk about it a little bit later.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to be able to dive into that. But I love one thing that you said about how there's a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of misunderstanding around what veganism is like from a lifestyle, from a flavor profile, and how to do it. So the idea of not only kind of breaking down some of those myths, but also kind of living and kind of breathing the way that we all should be living and helping people kind of see that, helping people understand and see that there are so many options out there and there's so many options that can cater to our cultural needs as well. As me being an African American, there's specific ways that I grew up in eating in certain styles. So a lot of times I think there's an opportunity for many of us in the movement to make sure that we're incorporating that cultural aspect as well.
Mm-hmm. I believe there's a lot of opportunity here in Latin America. I mean, when people talk to me, I'm in Colombian and I live in Peru right now. Peru is really well known for food. Like I don't know if the US so much, but like worldwide, it's well known for food. And when people tell me about, oh, you live in Peru, but you're a vegan, what do you eat? And I say, there's it's like paradise here. Peru, Colombia, many countries in Latin America. We have so many. There's a whole variety of grains, cereals, like whole food, plant-based foods that people don't know because you've only looked for meat or chicken or I was raised, as I told you, 100% meat eater, and my family didn't know. When I became vegetarian, nobody knew about it. So I think it's information. I think it's a lack of information. I think it's a lack of, you don't know what this is. There are so many reasons. And I always, when someone asks me about this, and like really someone wants to like make the change, I always start them like by asking the question, why do you want to do it? What is your why? Because that really helps. If you know your why, then after that the how will develop somehow. But if it's for your health, or it's for the planet, or it's for the animals. If you have your why really clear, then the how it will, it will develop in the process. Yeah.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it any better. So, as we're talking about that, as you're helping people discover their why, as you're helping people discover the how, let's talk about what you do, how you have been helping people and kind of transition. So, maybe give us a little bit of background on the structure of your business and
Okay.
what you do to help people kind of make this transition, and not just make the transition, but also be able to stay vegan, be able to stay in
Yeah.
this wonderful place.
That's the idea. So when I started, I thought for myself, when I started this company, I was thinking about it for a few months before I started, and I say, people, as I see it, need three things. So you need information to know, what is veganism, what should I eat, like information, education. You need products, and by products I mean it could be like whole food products or processed products, like I don't know, grains, lentils, and beans, but also maybe burgers. I love burgers, of course, vegan burgers, but I love burgers. So like maybe also processed product that will help you in the transition process, or
Mhm.
you will eat it the whole day. Products, and also places. I mean, where can I go to eat? What are good places to eat? So my company has these three areas. I started with the first one, with information, by doing a course. I mean, I developed an online course. I put all the information I knew, but these years, I also did a study with the Center for Nutrition Studies with Dr. T. Colin Campbell. They have a certification, so I did that as well last year. So I put all the information there that I knew and say, okay, now I can help people with information. And I also after that, I also did a project also online with a vegan chef, a friend of mine, and we teamed up and we did an online course with people that wanted to try veganism, not become 100% vegans. That's an important thing. I see people, some people want to go all the way, like from one day to the other. Some people say, okay, 1 day a week or 2 days a week, I want to change my way of eating to a vegan way of eating. So that's okay for me. I mean, everything counts for me. Everything counts. One less burger you eat from a cow, one burger you eat for plant-based burger, it counts for me as I see it. In the process. So I'm doing this. I did that course, and now I'm developing a new course. Actually, we're launching today, like the pre-sale. We're launching today that online course. And also, I'm doing a detox course online with a doctor. She's Colombian. She has been 20 years working her patient with a plant-based information. And we're going to team up. She has a lot of information about plant-based. I'm also a teacher of breathing and stress management techniques and how that relates to food. So we're going to do like a course with all that, with plant-based food, and also how to manage emotions, and with the detox inside. It's a 10-day program. I think it's going to be really powerful. I have not a launch date for that, but it's going to happen, I hope, in less than a month. And another thing I'm doing, I also do assessments if people want to like have individual assessments or company assessments. And I'm also studying with the product area. I want to distribute products within Lima right now, where I live, for people to have access to vegan foods, whole food, or plant-based foods. That's the thing. And also in that area of products, that's like the second part of it. I'm also looking for like processed product, maybe meats, maybe cheese, vegan cheese, which I think is two things that people really like meat eaters, they really like, and they could also try it. And when they try it, they say that's like mind blowing. Oh, this cheese tastes really good, or this burger tastes really good. Vegan is not
break down the
so.
barriers or
Yeah,
the
break
things
down
that
the
they
barrier,
were
right?
concerned or worried about it. It helps them relax a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Perfect.
so
Well,
that's one thing. Yeah.
I love all the things that you're doing, the kind of variety of what you're doing. And also, I love how you're tying it together within your business of kind of having that education, product, and places. Having those three different kind of pillars is giving everyone that, kind of holistic support system. So I think that is just amazing. One thing we always like to talk about is kind of how the world has changed so much and how has that impacted your business? How has that impacted? Because with you saying, you've been in business for, I think you said about 4 months, correct?
Yeah.
So you really were in the thick of everything that was going on. You probably had these certain plans and maybe things have changed. Maybe walk us through, especially from a business standpoint, how have things changed for you, or how has the way and style that you're supporting people, is it different now than it would have been maybe with your plans in January or February, let's say this year?
Yeah, well, as I see this whole thing that's happening in the world, this pandemic and this quarantine, I believe there is like the blessing in disguise, the opportunity. I know there are many people suffering. I give blessings to all of them every day, but you have to look for opportunities. Where is opportunity in this? And when I started the company, it was February, and this whole thing was starting in Peru. We were not quarantined yet. The quarantine started in March, but actually, what my first thought was, I'm going to do an online thing, not because of the pandemic. I think I'm going to reach more people online. Also, give assessments to people in person if they want, but do online. So from the beginning, I started with online in mind. So that was really good. And one thing regarding the products, for example, one thing that I have seen is that people are more willing now to go online for many things, for information or for products. For example, here in Peru, people were not so used to buy things online. Your food. People were not used to that. If it happened, some big brands had, like online websites where you could buy fruits, apples, and whatever food, but it was not common. It was not like mainstream. But right now, everybody, of course, don't want to go out. They want to buy online. So I think there's a big opportunity there. There are many markets, like really small markets, not like corner shops that have seen this opportunity and are going online. And I see an opportunity there because people really want to, they are more willing to buy online. So for me, I have to say, it was not like a whole change. I see more like there was an opportunity for me. Like there was opportunity for what I'm doing to reach more people online. I started with that in mind from the beginning, but I think for the product area, there's going to be a big opportunity because people are willing to buy online.
Yeah. And I think that's huge. I think that mind shift in the market can really be a great way that we can get more information and, like you said, more products out to people who are making this transition, and make it also kind of create that ease factor. Because I think that's one of those things that can be one of the barriers, one of the challenges that people feel about making that transition. So as people feel more comfortable purchasing, ordering, and also the process gets better. Even in the US, ordering groceries and everything online was a little bit tricky. And I would probably say it's still a little tricky for many people. So that concept now where we're starting to embrace that idea, starting to look at, hey, this is maybe how I can create a nice regimen. Like for me, one of our biggest changes is we're getting fresh vegetables every week delivered. I'd never done that before. I just kind of teased the idea at the end of last year, where now I'm so committed to it because now I know I always have fresh vegetables coming to my door each week. So I think a lot of those changes, to your point, have created opportunities, have created kind of openings for us to really help people.
Yeah, totally. And also, I believe that people, they're willing to buy online, and also they are willing to, or they want to improve their health. I think
Yes.
that's like the main opportunity for everybody that's in the plant-based or vegan business regarding food. I think that's a big, big, big opportunity. I mean, we have to take advantage of what's happening around because people are willing to hear. I've been like sharing information about for example, the immune system, like plant-based foods and vegan food. Really, I mean, I would say vegan balanced foods, like they really boost your immune system. So people, when you talk about right now, people about immune system, they okay, what's going on? Let
they
me
perk
see
up.
what
They
I can
really start
do.
listening. Yep.
So it's like the opportunity for everybody that's in this business, in the vegan business, the opportunity. And we know I'm a vegan, and you and people right now hearing us are vegans. Also the other benefits of plant-based or vegan way of eating. Not only for your health, the planet, and also the animal. So there's a big opportunity there. I'm looking to team up with vegan people. That's why I met you. I'm really thankful for all that. I mean, you've shared with me and all what you're doing. You're sharing this message. I'm really glad. We have to team up because when we're together, we can do more. We can go further. We can have more reach. And I'm really happy, to team up and see that other people are also willing to share the message and also help other people.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that's really interesting these days is that opportunity to collaborate, that opportunity for many of us to kind of work together, do projects together, and especially because many of us are, whether it was planned, like yourself, to be in the online space, or as other people start to enter the online space, a lot of people got nervous at first. They were like, oh no, everyone's going to be online. What am I going to do? And I really think that there's a better way to look at it. Like you were saying, that there is an opportunity to collaborate. There's an opportunity for us to all kind of help each other in this movement and be able to work together. So I'm really excited to hear that you're interested in collaboration. So anyone who is watching this, or if you're listening to our podcast, please make sure you reach out to Juan, because not only do I think there's an opportunity for just to collaborate in general, I think there's an opportunity for us to collaborate across borders. There's an opportunity for us to make sure that we're not getting too centric, too specific to our area, that we're really starting to see this as a worldwide movement and respond that way. So that's why I love being able to talk with someone like yourself so that we keep that global perspective in place.
Yeah, Stephanie, I think that most of your audience, maybe it's US based, I think, but I invite people to think about Latin America because, as I told you, regarding food, there is a big opportunity. There are so many foods right here. I mean, for example, quinoa, I think is something you in the US maybe get also. It's Peruvian, like the whole Andean region. There are so many foods as that there is so much opportunity. People need now just information because we have like the tools. When people say, okay, I want to become vegan, what do I do? If you're in Latin America and you want to go like whole food, you can. I mean, it's not just information. It's not that you would not find. I mean, you have grains, you have beans, you have cereals, you have so many options, but people don't know. So I think one focus right now is information. Why is veganism good for you? How can you do it? That's also information. And we're like in paradise. I feel Latin America is like in paradise. We're not taking advantage of it. So sometimes I wake up and I say, more people have to know about this. But that's good. It's like a good worry, like a good stress that you want to how.
Oh, I think we just lost you, Juan, for a second there. Yikes. All right, we lost Juan for a second there. Hopefully he'll be coming back. Jasmine, I saw your note as far as how to get in touch with Juan. What I would recommend is you can definitely jump on Juan's website. Oh, Juan's back with us. Here we go. There we go. We lost you for a minute there.
I don't know.
No, it's the fun of doing this stuff live.
Okay,
but actually, we had a request, so I just want to make sure I mention it. Jasmine had asked how Jasmine can get in touch with you. She's thinking about getting involved. Would love to get involved. What's the best way if Jasmine or someone else wants to get in touch with you?
Okay, so you can go to my website. I think there's a chat here. It's unmundovegano.com. Just put in the whole One Vegan World in Spanish, unmundovegano.com. I mean, there is a contact area. You can email me. Also, Instagram. I have like personal Instagram. My name, I don't know. I will put it because maybe it's kind of tricky for people that don't speak Spanish. Juan Bautista Piqué. Maybe that's a little bit too long. But unmundovegano.com. If you go there, there's a contact area. Write to me, please. I would love to hear from you. I would love to, get in touch with other vegan people that really want to do something together in Latin America. I'll be happy to.
Great. And I think that's the one thing that I love about online courses is online courses help create that collaboration as well, because that content can reach across borders. So if you have a customer base that's maybe looking for content in Spanish, why not reach out to Juan and let him be able to help provide that information and vice versa. So I definitely think there's just some natural synergies as many people are thinking out there in their business. How can I collaborate? How can I work? How can we all work together? I really think there's some just great opportunities as we all consider and think about how to work together. Plus, it doesn't always have to be a strict business idea. I tell a lot of people that it's so important to reach out and just start the conversation. Start talking with people who are doing things either similar to what you're doing, things that are complementary to what you're doing, because there's room for everybody in the market. And there's such an opportunity for us to be helping each other. So Jasmine said thank you. So I'm assuming that Jasmine's going to reach out to you after this session. So really excited when we're able to get people connected. Now, normally in our sessions, we try to keep these tight. We normally stop around about 20 minutes. We're about 20 minutes in, but I want to make sure that we talk about kind of next steps. I want to make sure that I give people an opportunity to maybe even hear some of your final words of advice from people. So let's maybe dig into that, and we'll go a little bit longer today, if that's okay with you.
That's perfect. I love it.
Right.
For next steps, I would say, I mean, if you are, well, for everybody, like really look at the opportunity right now, because our mind focus on what's not there, what's the lack, what's bad with it, what's the wrong thing. That's our mind thing. That's happened with the mind. So if you change your focus and say, okay, what can I do? What do I love to do? That's the question I really like. When you worry, say, what do I love? I mean, what do I really love? What will be excellent or a great thing for me to happen? So from there, you can see, where to go, maybe how to help people, and if it's through veganism, how to help, how to help people. And also, I think as I told you, the opportunity for me is health right now. People really want to hear about health. Of course, the planet, the animals is something. I know if you're not vegan, it's a little bit harder sometimes, to hear it, to hear that what you're eating is causing suffer to another being. I know many people don't want to hear that, but I would promote vegan people, to talk about health, because I think it's a whole way of entrance, I would say, to the mind.
Yes. I like that you're saying that it enters the discussion. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's an opportunity, to really encourage you to develop the message, to keep going, because as I told before, I think it's our time. I think it's the vegan movement time, and I feel there are, in Latin America again, there are so many opportunities, but still to happen, still to happen. I read almost every day, this vegan economists and this publication that talk about the vegan economy and the vegan corporations. Not so many Latin American information or companies there. So there's a lot to do. We can learn a lot from. I follow the US, of course, in the UK, because there's so many things happening in the vegan world there, and learning what could we apply here. When you go to the basics, everybody's the same. Everybody's the same. Everybody wants to be happy. That's the whole idea of whatever you do, you want to be happy. And if you live in a healthy body, it's easy for you. If you have more energy, you will be happier. If you boost your energy with the proper food, you will feel better emotions. Happier and positive emotion will come to you. So I really encourage people to promote and keep promoting the message. And if you want to do anything with Latin America, please contact me. I'll be really glad to hear. And as Stephanie told everybody, it's not just maybe a business idea, maybe just get in touch and see what happens, see what you're doing, what am I doing, maybe what can we do together, maybe not a business at first, but I really, I think this happens to every vegan. I know Stephanie, it happens the same to you, but when I meet another vegan, I'm so happy, you're vegan, really? It's like, oh my God, like, you understand me, it's like, I think we have
like
I'm so happy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, no, I'm so glad you said that. And I'm also glad that you mentioned kind of the mindset piece as well. I know we talked about it a little bit before we were live on camera, but it's so important how we really adjust our minds and look at the opportunities, understand what is available out there for us, and really look at kind of the growth and the place where we can play a role. So really, really happy to have you here today. Thank you once again for giving everyone kind of an update on what you're doing, how you're kind of managing your business during this time, also giving us a little bit of perspective of everything that's going on in Peru, and also encouraging us to collaborate with kind of the movers and shakers like yourself in Latin America. So I'm really excited to have you here today, really excited about us getting to know each other even more, and also hopefully getting our audience to get to know you as well.
Thank you, Stephanie, and thank you for this invitation, and really congratulate for what you're doing, because I think it's really powerful that you're creating this community and like empowering the whole movement. So I really, really congratulate you for that, and please keep going. And yeah, we'll team up, and we're gonna help many people. That's the idea.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Bye everyone.
Bye.